Have you ever seen a guy where he seems kind of confident, but it doesn't seem genuine? For example, you may see a guy at the gym who's working out like crazy, but when you talk to him, his confidence doesn't really come through. So we want to look at examples of men who have confidence through good times and bad times. You know what? We're starting with Mr. Joe Cool himself, Joe Burrow. Let's get it. If you don't follow sports or you aren't from the States, this is still a video for you. Joe Burrow is the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, a kid from Iowa who played in high school in Ohio and ultimately attended Ohio State. Even though he was the backup at OSU, when his time came, they decided they were going to name another quarterback the starter. Here's the first opportunity to show the confidence Joe had in himself. He transferred to LSU. So Joe graduated Ohio State early, and as a grad transfer, he could go to another program and play immediately. You know what? Best decision ever. Joe went to LSU. He showed up and showed out. His first season, he had LSU to number 6 in the nation. His second season is where he changed how the world looks at him forever. He went to the playoffs and scored 8 touchdowns in the semifinals and 6 touchdowns in the national championship game. Here's where the legend started. After the game, he's smoking a cigar, and during the press conference, he's so unnerved. You'll notice he never seems rattled, even when he should be. My man, Joe is confidence personified. Let's look at 3 things you can learn from Joe Cool on how to persevere when confidence is all you have to lean on. Number 1, belief. So Burrow heads to the NFL after winning the Natty at LSU. He has a solid season, but here's where his confidence is challenged. In week 11, he's playing Washington, and he tears his ACL and MCL in his left knee. Season over. Long rehab to come. Again, when it's easy to be down on yourself and look at the dark side and the long road to recovery, my man Joe is getting on Zoom with his teammates and getting in meetings with them. You have to understand that confidence has a level of belief that everything is going to work out that can't be understated. The level of confidence of an NFL quarterback, man, it needs to be supreme. Now let's go deeper. Even in that pool of about 100 NFL quarterbacks, the best still rise above others, specifically because of unparalleled belief in themselves. So how do you look at life when you're stagnant? Burrow leans into his confidence when he can't do anything about his situation. So my man, lean into whatever your challenge is and believe in yourself no matter who else believes in you. Number 2, attitude. If you listen to his teammates talk about Joe Burrow, they say things like, he has a no-quit attitude and this kind of fight in him that you don't see in too many people. Another teammate said he always played his best when our backs were up against the wall. He will make those around him better because of what he brings. And one of the best quotes from a teammate is this one. Joey Franchise is just back there dealing dots out, knowing and understanding what the defense is doing. Man, he called that play up and he just made something happen. He gave me a wink after I caught it, and I was like, this guy here, he's reckless. He's the smartest person out there at all times, unquote. If you listen to Burrow's teammates, there's really a through line to his success. It's his attitude. It doesn't matter if his team is down by 30 or up by 30. He's the same cool customer either way. His attitude makes his teammates want to follow him, and they want to believe he can do what he has to do to help his team win the game. What can you do with your attitude to create that level of connection with others? How do you show that you're someone who can be trusted and lead and someone that people want to follow? Act like Joe Cool. Have a great attitude. Win, lose, or draw. Just remember, we're all in it together. You have to have the attitude to make people believe that you're there to support them and believe in them, and in turn, they'll do the same. Number 3, composure. People don't talk enough about composure, but it's the background of learning how to persevere. No one has more composure when the game is on the line than Joe Burrow. When you see Joey Franchise rocking the turtleneck, the glasses, the Burberry overcoat, and the JB9 pendant on the chain, it's natural to think how cool he is. But look deeper the next time you see him in a press conference. He's actually composed to another level. Recently, a reporter asked Burrow, "So what do you think the window is for the Bengals to get back to the Super Bowl?" Joe stayed composed and didn't miss a beat.
Window's my whole career, and everybody that we have in that locker room, all the coaches we have, things are going to change year to year, but our window's always open.
Not cocky, not arrogant, but you could see it in his eyes and his body language. He's simply composed and confident to the next level, sharing what he really believes, even in the pressure of the mics in his face and reporters trying to get him to say something dramatic or inflammatory. How do you find composure with all of the noise around you? What can you do to take a moment and get composed? Joe smoked a cigar after his national championship victory. Now everyone is bringing back the victory cigar. That's his style. But what is your style? I would encourage you to remember that regardless of what anyone says, ultimately it is of no consequence to you. You make your own decisions for your life and your family. Their words and ideas will fade and pass away quickly, but you still live with how you make decisions. If it's prayer, meditation, yoga, walking, running, or whatever it takes for you, take control of your mind and decision making to create the life you want by being the most composed you can possibly be in the toughest moments. Some people say Joe Burrow has swagger. Some say he has drip. Other teams might say he's a little cocky. And I would say he's the most charismatic quarterback in the league. Whichever of those statements best apply to him, one thing is for sure: his level of belief, great attitude, and composure are all something we can learn from. If you can get to level 10 on each one of those, you and Joe Burrow have something in common. Charisma will definitely be your superpower.